Hello, hello, and welcome, my Gemini Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus Signs, and Cross-Watchers. Welcome to your timeless work, career, and vocation reading. I am your reader, Markangelo Lyons, Mal for short. They are my initials. I am a professional witch, professional intuitive, the president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, the author of 2 books with a third one on the way. The first one is called Spell Ingredients. The second one is called Words of Grace. Words of Grace has a Kindle version available and a link in the description box in this video that if you click it, you can preview a good chunk of it for free, including the table of contents. You'll see it is primarily divided into chakra chapters. The first 3 cards down are about the chakras. You might find it interesting. The original version of Words of Grace, which we had to edit down considerably visually to make it all fit on Kindle. The original is over on patreon.com/drawingthecircle in our digital shop, along with the only place where you can find my first book, Spell Ingredients, and the third one on the way will be there in our digital shop that you don't need to be a subscriber of mine to check out or buy anything there. We've got not just the ebooks, but audios and videos. The audio content's got some prayers and meditations and stuff. The video stuff has classes and workshops. All of them have free previews, the audios and the videos. Some of my subscribers get those ebooks, audios, and videos as part of their subscription package. Top tier called God Goddess gets all of it. But the majority of my subscribers get 3 benefits in common. Come on, cards. They get a daily check-in. I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link pretty much every single morning. Did it this morning. Had a really, really good time. We chat about the day's astrological weather, the magical implications, the spiritual applications, and strike that, reverse it. Magical applications, spiritual implications. This is a Gemini read. And we always end with some sort of spiritual practice to send us on our way, and it's the wisest way for me to start the day, considering my work, career, and vocation. Day in and day out. They also get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube, and all of my extended reads are not just timeless, they're all relationship stuff based. Twin flame, soulmate, true love, blah blah blah, as well as they all get, my subscribers get a significant discount when they book me for private sessions. We'll talk about that at the end of the video if you want to hang out for that, and I'll show you a picture of my new kitten because he's adorable. Yeah, you could follow us for free, putting out more content specifically for the free followers, though my subscribers get to see that stuff too. And you can 7-day free trial us as well. Click the link. It's all in the menu. It's all explained. Patreon is wonderful, and I love it. So come along, click the link, check it out, look at the menu, and come Patreon on Patreon. I am the Archangel of Lions, Markangelo Lyons. You can just call me Mal. It's only 3 letters and a lot easier to remember. Hi, my gems, truly, truly, truly outrageous gems that you are, and your cross-watchers. We're going to do some explanation for the new watchers, cross as well as mutable air Geminis, and then we will jump into the divination. Feel free to jump ahead if you've heard it all before, though this time where the intention's a little bit different with this series, so maybe a little longer than usual. Let's see how we do. So, welcome, Geminis and cross-watchers new to my work. This is called a 3 levels of power reading. We're looking at life purpose through 3 symbolic lenses. Work, how you survive in the world. Career, your passion, your hunger, your thirst, your creativity. And your vocation, your spiritual calling, bringing them all into alignment. There are chakras involved. We're only doing 11 cards, but as I said, the cards are the same as the last couple of times I've done this series. But lately, the Divine has been throwing NDE videos at me on YouTube. I don't know why, but now I know why. Actually, near-death experiences. I've been in this metaphysical, spiritual stuff since I was a teenager. I am 55 years old. Yeah, I know. Look at things. Well, that holistic healing goes a long way. You do it long enough. Near-death experience is not new to me, right? But I've just been binge watching them, and sure enough, they've been talking so much about life purpose, right? Particularly when the atheists are the ones telling the story. They're like, oh my God, there's a God, right? Whatever, to each their own. I'm not here to judge. maybe. We do our best. There's a difference between judgment and discernment, right, Geminis? Yeah, just say yes. So this is really about you looking at your contracts, what you agreed to, you signed up for when you came into this lifetime, because a lot of us have no idea, and yet these powers, we have the opportunity to develop or come back again and develop them as we go. And we've been at this for a really long time. Some of us have been here since the original inception of life on this planet. So that's what these readings are for, and we're going to do it in 11 cards. So we're going to get 3 Caroline Myss archetype cards for what's going on in the 8th chakra. The 8th chakra is like a satellite. It sends down the codes to all of the other chakras underneath it, shifting what we attract and what we repel in our electromagnetic fields, so that we keep getting the opportunity to no longer delay what can't be prevented in terms of what we contracted to do in this life. So we'll get one of those for that. 3, work, career, and vocation. Then we'll get 3 daughters of the moon for the chakras underneath the 8. That would be the crown, the third eye, the throat, and the heart, the internal feminine energy, hence the daughters of the moon tarot. We will get the lower 3 chakras, work, career, vocation, with the mythic tarot, Juliet Sharman Burke, relationships in the physical world, you looking at yourself from the outside, maybe you from the inside, looking out at people, places, and things, relationships in the physical world, and perhaps, because this is a cross-watcher reading, mirroring, where it is both you looking at yourself and you looking at the outside world, work, career, and vocation. That takes care of the chakras from the 8th to the root. We will get a whisper of Lord Ganesha. Angela Hartfield, wonderful oracle. Ganesha is the Hindu elephant-headed god of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles. When we talk about the spiritual alchemy and the 3 atoms in between lead and gold, that will pertain to that as well. And we will end with 1 Matt Kahn healing mantra card to give you something mental to focus on. I've said it over and over again. Air signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, any of the air signs have a little bit of an extra edge when it comes to affirmations and mantras and toning and chanting, all of that throat chakra, self-expression stuff, particularly for Gemini, because these are about healing. It's always all about healing, apparently, right? So we all have these contracts that we agreed to in this life. This is to give clues, tips, and hints, because as one of us alchemizes, empowers, whatever you want to call it, fulfills, or even steps forward to fulfill what we came in to do this life, due to the quantum unified field of who's what's-is, timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly, we all take a step forward, and the upward spiral of awareness, ascension, spiritual growth, whatever you want to call it. So you are very important. We all are. And since not everyone on the planet is going to most likely watch this video, you have an ability here to serve and heal not just yourself, but the world. So let's get down to business. That's enough explanation. Let's do the divination. The shift from one to other happens in the still point. So both feet on the floor if you can. And I've just learned this. If you sit in a way where your knees are lower than your hips, your lower back will automatically begin to straighten. Been practicing that, always learning. And focus on your breath, if you will. And I promise I will do anything I can to help anybody fulfill their life purpose through work, career, and vocation, because I've known about the 3 levels of power for a very, very long time. And I feel like I have done hundreds, if not thousands, of these reads for clients over the past however many years. Let's not count. So there we go. Let's do it. Both feet on the floor. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic override. A place for everything and everything in its place, but all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved pantheons of the divine, 1 card in clarity, 3 cards in clarity, face down, for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video drawn to this reading. What's going on in their 8th chakra for their work? What's going on in the 8th chakra for their career? And what's going on for the 8th chakra in their vocation? for this timeless work, career, vocation read. Now we're going to do the same thing with the Daughters of the Moon face down, and the same thing with the Mythic Tarot face down, and then we'll look at work, then career, then vocation. Surprise! Please take a nice deep breath. Ooh, still point. My goddesses override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. My beloved goddesses, please, 3 cards face down, heart, third eye, crown dynamic for the Geminis and the cross watchers. What's going on? Heart, third eye, crown in their work. Please leave the card in my hand. Thank you. What's going on? Heart, third eye, crown in their career. You get it? I'll slow down. What's going on for the Geminis? Heart, third eye, crown in their career. And for their vocation, what do they got going on there? Heart, throat, third eye, and crown. Okay, 3 more to go down, and then it's a flipping time, shall we? Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My gods override. My beloved gods, please. 3 cards in clarity, face down. Lower 3 chakra dynamic, outside in, inside out. As a place for everything and everything in its place. Please put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. What's going on? Lower 3 chakras for work. What's going on? Lower 3 chakras for career. And what's going on? Lower 3 chakras in the vocation for the Gemini Collective and their cross watchers for this timeless work, career, vocation read. They switched up the words on me on that one. So let's start flipping. Work, how you survive in the world. Wow, oh wow, okay, yeah, a little heavy duty. Now I put the names of the archetypes in the title, so chances are, because the word addict showed up, people are not going to be watching this one. The addict is a wild card family archetype. There are 9 different families, so the addict can show up in any way, shape, or form. You can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Everybody's got an archetype, but that doesn't mean that they've dealt with it from womb to tomb, or are going to, whatever. You can have it for a season, as well as they can come and go for reasons. Now, written on the card here is the shadow attribute and the light attribute. I call this lead, this gold, 3 atoms that need to be transformed, healed, released, surrendered. I just say alchemized, right? Those 3 atoms being released, hence whispers of Lord Ganesha. So, the shadow compromises integrity and honesty. We're tested on that every day, by the way, but it's litmus, not pass-fail. Allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. Like, so when your heart and your soul is saying, do this, and you're like, no, I'm going to do that again, because that, that's one variation of an addiction. Like I said, we all have them. I know people who are addicted to being right, and when they're proven wrong, they go into withdrawal. They might as well have to go to humility rehab. Inside of that, behind that, I should say, heart, third eye, crown, the internal world, you got the card of justice here. Ma'at, weighing somebody's heart against a feather to see whether they got to reincarnate, get eaten by a demon, or just, move on to the next world. So when I see the justice card, obviously, it indicates perhaps some kind of injustice or imbalance, but this is internal. And let's talk about the 2 of Cups here. In the Mythic Tarot, this is the entire suit of cups, is the myth of Eros and Psyche. Eros, the god of romantic erotic love, that's where the word erotic comes from, son of Aries and Aphrodite, and he is sent on a mission by his mother to kill Psyche. Now, Psyche is a Greek word that means both butterfly and soul, so think of the 4 stages from egg to butterfly as pretty much much a good archetype for spiritual awakening. And instead of killing her, he accidentally pricks his finger on one of his golden arrows, falls madly in love with her. So, is this romantic? Could be, general read. This is why I like reading individual clients so we can unpack that stuff. But I will say, Two of Cups definitely speaks of second chakra to me. Each chakra has a different element. Root chakra is earth. The next one up would be water, right? So Two of Cups, this can be a one-on-one relationship. But, does it have to be romantic? Could be. But it could be you're dealing with somebody else in the work space or in something that affects how you survive in the world. Not everybody makes their money from their work. I make mine from my career, thank you. Corporate president doesn't bring me any money. That's just a lot of work. It's this stuff, and my mystical, magical, blah, 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 pays my bills, spiritual counseling and teaching and all of that. So what I'm looking at here, second chakra, is also one of the two addiction chakras, right? So it's the second chakra, your relationships, for instance, to a substance. Just as an example, sugar. Caffeine. Hello, my name is Mark. I'm a caffeine addict, no question. Because, that's a biological addiction. But it can also be codependency, right? A pull, or you might be dealing with somebody in the workspace that is going through this. But the beauty of this is that, well, there is justice available here. Now, when it's a major arcana card in a chakra read like this, where it's only one card for a zone, major arcana takes the fire, the earth, the air, the water, and unifies it into spirit. So it's all cylinders firing, whatever that means, there. So keep an eye on that, right? Definitely, you might know who this person is already, and you'll know by when you think about them how you feel in your second chakra, whether it goes because it's guttural, right? It's not third eye. The other one, however, is the throat chakra, where you just keep making the same choice over and over and over again, like the squirrel with the button. It's a long story. I'm not talking about it on YouTube. Let's look at your career. Oh, the bully. This has, is this one pulled? Yeah, the Taurus just got this. The bully archetype is an action family archetype, and certainly bullies do like to take action. Now again, you reason, season, or lifetime, you dealing with somebody reason or season or lifetime, but this is having an impact for better or for worse on your creativity, your passion, and your hunger. So the lead conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. So, when we run into a bully in our lives, of course put up your shields. Of course pull back if that's the guidance and the grace. But also understand that they are in excruciating pain on the inside. People treat others the way they were treated until they heal. And who does that all at once, right? So you can have some compassion from a distance. And I'm a witch. I'm very good at that. I got all sorts of wands and whatnot. I'll light a candle at you more than for you. That's not very healthy. The light or the gold highlights your tendency to intimidate others. People are intimidated by me. And I don't know. I think I'm such a goofball. I'm just a very highly evolved, I guess, spiritual, mystical goofball. But, I guess I'm also like 6'1" and I got long, dark purple hair. That might have something to do with it. Helps you confront the inner fears that bully you, and that would make sense with the Four of Cups under that. Now, fours are numbers of stability, right, regardless of the element, in this case, again, water, with cups. And the key word written on here is sorrow. There may or may not be sorrow in here, but if you are dealing with a bully, that's what's going on inside of them, right? And here we see what we usually see in the Five of Cups, but the Four of Cups. 3 cups spilled, 1 cup standing behind. So there is an opportunity for healing and rest here as well. Now, sorrow is often a sign of a loss of control. Disappointment, we had an expectation, so there is a range of that when I feel this card in a general rating. I don't know that it goes all the way down into depressed, but it could. And I think at its lightest, its goldest, it can get sorrow is like wistfulness and boredom. Right? Like, so emotional scale, Abraham Hicks asking it is given, but you got another major arcana card here, and it is the card of the world. Now, this is Hermaphrodite. It is a legitimate Greek deity, the child of Hermes and Aphrodite. Aphrodite had a lot of kids. They were all related. Chicky. And this is the Ouroboros, the snake swallowing its own tail, showing about the cycles in life. So this is about a graduation and a completion, right? You learn the lesson, you move through it, whatever, but certainly at the end of a cycle here, there can be that sense of sorrow that something had to be released and let go of, or maybe some of the deep fears that have been concealed are being given an opportunity to be expressed in a healthy way and complete a cycle, which is always a good thing. Now, I do feel like in the workaday world here, because we're looking at lower 3 chakras, this 2 of Cups, if this is another person, this could be the addict bully, like I said, and cross-watchers and all of that. But it could also be somebody like a friend or a counselor or a coworker that helps you do this, that helps you deal with whatever this situation is in a just and fair way. Now, see, we all have free will. You can blow it off, or you can distract yourself, all sorts of stuff, but you're just going to have to repeat it, and that's called the compassionate response of the universe, according to Gary Zukov and Seed of the Soul. Really good book. I love him. And it's the universe saying, no, you came in to do this, baby. Here, try again, right? And there's never any judgment except what we bring to that particular judgmental pity party, ourself or somebody else. So very, very powerful. One of the 3 levels in these readings usually has leverage. This could be it, but let's look. Well, you've got the Knight, the K-N-I-G-H-T. This has nothing to do with biological gender whatsoever, right? Joan of Arc. We want to go there. A masculine family archetype, so different than the action family archetype. This is about our own yang dynamic in the world. And another major arcana card and somebody else. Okay, we'll get there. So, check this out. This is in your spirituality, your spiritual mystical power, your vocation. The shadow, allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle. Romantic delusions. Okay, now that adds a little extra something to that 2 of Cups there. I mean, if they're, you can imagine. I mean, office romances, some people make it work, right? And they live happily. No one lives fucking happily ever after until you croak. Then you remember, oh, right, I'm immortal. Let's play again. This time, baby, I think I'm done. I've been crossing my T's, dotting my I's. Well, I am a Virgo, I would. So, guess what? You've got a double whammy. You've got the card of the universe, Shakti, the life dancer. Oh, no, sorry. This is the card of judgment. It's so very similar, right? So this is about revelation. Now, I highly recommend Googling, word searching, whatever you want to call it, the name Shakti, S-H-A-K-T-I. Shakti Gawain, Creative Visualization, was the first book I read in any of this metaphysics stuff. I was reading tarot before that. But certainly Shakti as energy and Shakti as a goddess here, dancing in that split second between midnight p.m. and then, a.m., right on that verge. So right before the completion. So it does seem like, again, heart, third eye, crown, working in unison here, that you have an alignment, right? So it is most likely through you really looking at your, I didn't even do the light on this because I hit that one so quickly. The light, the gold, loyalty, romance, and chivalry, a love of honor. And I don't have the Knight strong, I've got the Prince. And I am funky. When it comes to funk, now I can't say that I'm a junkie. But certainly there is some revelation going on in here. This is the Judgment card, right? So something, this is really more reading as the world. I'm going to go back on that. There's a completion that coming on the inside as a result of you really doing the honorable thing, your loyalty first to your spirit, your soul, right? Your highest principles on all this stuff. And there's nothing wrong with the romantic story if this is a romantic story playing out in your work, career, vocation. But there's a lot of completion first on the inside spiritually and then on the outside creatively in the career. And you got the King of Wands here, the Aries card, Cardinal Fire, Jason of Jason and the Argonauts, even got himself his his golden fleece going on there. That is, certainly the Aries card, first house, personality, ego, sense of self, right? Relationship to self in a lot of ways. So if you have any planets in Aries, go have a look at your chart. Now, I know a lot of people don't know. Everybody knows their sun sign. Not everybody knows their rising, their moon, their Venus and stuff like that. So regardless, look at what your rising sign is if you know, or just look at what's in your first house. If you don't know your rising sign, Aries is automatically the first house. You need to know your time and location to find out, time zones and all of that at the minute that you were born determines all of that astrological rising stuff. But you could be dealing with somebody with that King of Wands vibe. Now, the truth is outside looking in, inside looking out, there's usually mirroring in a case like this. This could be a spiritual teacher, an inspirational teacher, particularly if you think of Aries, right? This part of the head, very third eye, very, let's do this, right? Very motivational, very much, maybe more the stick than the carrot, but the idea of getting your energy moving too, a movement of self-love, a movement of self-completion and realization. But with that night, it really is that the quality of that experience is going to determine on the choices that are made for whoever this is. And now that I look at this, I could say, yeah, this might very well be a romantic situation in a work, career, vocation, but it's something that you signed up to do, right? We make these soul agreements, soul contracts, whatever you want to call it, twin flame, soulmate, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. It's about, do we heal? Do we love? Do we make the wisest, most loving, empowering decisions? Because true love is that, the truth of the third eye and the love of the heart, choice by choice, decision by decision. So, interesting. I mean, this could be all sorts of different things here, but it seems like the predominant elements here are spirit, right? You got 3 major arcana cards and water. Yeah, 2 water cards, right? Yeah, only 1 fire, no earth, and no air. All right. Let's ask Lord Ganesha what to do about this. Just a little clue, tip, hint. This book is wonderful. I'm not going to read everything that's written in the book. These readings are long enough. But I'll read what I am guided to read from the bookie book. Please take a nice deep breath. Put your feet on the floor. Lord Ganesha, override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it. So let it be done. My beloved Lord Ganesh, 1 card in clarity, please. What is your loving, wise, empowered oracle message to assist the Gemini collective and the cross-watchers in their life purpose, alchemizing their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, shifting them from toxicity to health, from fear to love and illusion, from illusion to truth in their work, career, vocation, for this timeless read. Achievement. You've got Ganesh and his 2 wives, Siddhi and Riddhi, success and prosperity. Card number 42. Now this one's long, so I'm just going to read the first chunk of it. You are surrounded by abundance and prosperity, luxury and quality, prestige and sophistication, value and elegance. So you're surrounded by it. Keep that in mind, surrounded by it. Many stories relate that Ganesh has 2 wives, Siddhi, S-I-D-D-H-I, which means success, and Riddhi, R-I-D-D-H-I, meaning prosperity. The symbolism of these 2 women indicates that if you walk the path set by Ganesh, success and prosperity are guaranteed to always be by your side. The search for material success seldom brings with it an achievement of spiritual goals. Ain't that the truth? truth. Ganesha wishes you to realize that by actively developing your spirituality and consciously working with the divine, because we're always working with the divine, we're just not always conscious of it, that's my little addition, you will experience positive flow-on effects in all areas of your existence. When you stay connected to your spiritual nature, you have a more serene mind. Develop an accepting perception of yourself. This attitude will help your heart open to spiritual matters. A high level of self-mastery, which would go along with the knight archetype, I would think, coupled with a high ethical practice, honor. It feels like your third level of power is definitely your leverage on this one. A high level of self-mastery coupled with a high ethical practice will increase the likelihood of enjoying material success. Good. So yeah, this is about being honorable. This is about being truthful. Now look, codependence, one example, in relationships, familial, romantic, work life, whatever. It really is about sometimes we lie because we don't want to upset them. And that's still lying, right? So our challenge is to come from a heart place, to be open, but at the same time to be compassionate, that only we have to make these choices for ourselves. And, you know, if you trip on somebody's trigger, remember, it's their trigger. Just like my triggers are my triggers. Someone steps on my trigger, now I'm like, okay, that's mine. I'll go home, take a bath, and deal with those, right? Because I'm telling you, a lot of how I'm achieving, a lot of what I am achieving is because that's how I live my life to the best of my ability. I'm not saying I'm the best at it. No. Every day is a winding road. We get a little bit closer. Wisdom of the Crow. Shall we? Last card down, then we'll put it all together with a blessimation. Macon healing mantra. And air signs, I'm telling you, I got Venus and Libra, so these really touch my heart when I take the time to breathe and do them. Please take a nice deep breath. Ascended Master override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Oops. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Ascended Masters, one card in clarity, the perfect healing mantra, please, for the Gemini Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross watchers to help them alchemize their shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxicity, health, shifting from fear to love and illusion to truth in this night bully addict contract, removing the obstacles to spiritual practice integrity for achievement for this timeless work-career-vocation read. Transforming tragedy. Loss is my reminder that more room has been made for greater gifts to be received. And that's kind of what I felt here. Something is completing here. Some contract is fulfilled, at least in the creative zone, second level of power career. So this is a hard one, right? Transforming tragedy. Now the word tragedy, like the word trauma, means different things to different people, right? It's not a new word. Like traumatic brain injury means it's an injury that cannot be repaired, and yet people are healing spiritual, mental, emotional, and sometimes even physical traumas as we keep healing and evolving. So I'm going to read this one fully, a transforming tragedy. I mean, I would consider this a womp womp, womp womp, and yet this is about the cycles, right? This is about all that rises, falls, and, you know, all of that. The cycles. And here we go. We've got the universe card twice, the card of the world twice. So, loss is my reminder that more room has been made for greater gifts to be received. And you know what? On a personal note, I can look back and see that now, right? I went through a lot to get to where I am right now, and I know I ain't done. So it's not like, oh, we'll never lose anything again. No, it's part of a cycle, as is explained here. When tragedy is transformed, You see that endings foreshadow the inevitable arrival of exciting new beginnings. It may not feel good to lose the things that once defined you, but it is life's way of expanding your identity to invite more passion, joy, and synchronicity into your reality. And I do love a James Redfield Celestine prophecy syncrasy kind of day. As you transform tragedy, any degree of loss merely sets the stage for the arrival of greater gains. My next book is the autobiography of my career and my relationship with women and feminine energies in general, right? And it really, really is. Like, I can look back, particularly writing this book, and see how these tragic, at the time, just horrible things were the best things that happened. And you don't have to like it while it's going on. We don't need the toxic positivity and emotional bypassing through spiritual theory, right? That's not helpful. You just press it down. That's really all we're doing. As you transform tragedy, any degree of loss merely sets the stage for the arrival of greater gains. This mantra is ideal for overcoming personal struggles, who ain't got them, mourning the death of a loved one, that could be on the table here, although the death card is not on the table. Rarely does it mean death, but I think if that were the case, we would have gotten that. And releasing regret. Regrets, I've had a few. But then again, too few to mention. So, I mentioned before a blessimation. If you're new, it's a combination of the word blessing and summation. We came up with it over on Patreon about 2 or 3 years ago, and I'm sticking with it. And though I have no idea what's going to come out of my mouth when I do these videos in general, I really have no idea for the blessimation. Well, surrender your will to the divine, the sacred truth of the throat chakra, according to Carolyn Mace's Anatomy of the Spirit. One last time, please, at least for this reading. Please take a nice deep breath. I'm the fun one. And may we end as we began. Pantheonic override. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine. For the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. May they be blessed with all that they need to alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, shifting from toxicity to health, from fear to love, and from illusion to truth in their life purpose, so that they embrace their loyalty, the romance in their life, and chivalry, continually loving the honor that they bring to the game, because they have completed a cycle. Shakti, the life dancer, right at that split second between the old day and the new. Heart, third eye, crown, working in unison, either dealing with or presenting as the King of Wands, the Aries card. May come off egotistical, may come off as selfless, or may come off as very strong self-esteem. Particularly, I would think solar plexus chakra would have something to do with that, considering the ethics and the honor and the love and the loyalty. And so that in their career, they can keep an eye on their tendency to intimidate others or be intimidated by others, helping them confront the inner fears that bully them. Because there is some sadness going on here. There is this emotional, perhaps, stagnancy of something from the past, or may be triggered by something in the future as something completes in the outside world. But they're graduating. There's a new level. They're beating the level they're beating the boss on that level and getting ready to level up. The next card being the Fool and the leap of faith that comes automatically, but we can choose not to do that too. And so that in their work, it helps them recognize and confront addictive behavior, because everybody's got them, their own as well as somebody else's, so that there can be this clear understanding and justice. Ma'at is primarily a very compassionate goddess, weighing the hearts of humanity against a feather there, bringing them into a balance, because it feels like there has been some injustice in this situation and how they survive in the world, particularly with the Two of Cups. It might have had a strong emotional impact. There might be a very, very strong soul contract in here. Twin flame, they're teaching each other how to heal themselves. Soulmate helping each other heal, or maybe it is a true love deal. Co-worker, friend, family member, lover, who knows? And maybe that's who they are dealing with, someone close to them. And there's just something here that needs to be balanced and alchemized. And may they remove the obstacles with the help of Lord Ganesha, giving them some clues, tips, and hints with achievement, bringing their spiritual practice and life very much into the world with their honor and their integrity, not just intact, but constantly developing, getting high on their integrity, which is a thing, as they transform tragedy, because loss is a reminder that more room has been made for greater gifts to be received by them. Because there is no winter without spring, there is no crucifixion without resurrection, there is no going to ashes without rising from them, archetypally speaking, and it's sort of the universal law of cycles and all that jazz. So may they be blessed with all that they need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to be the best that they can be, fulfill their life purpose in their work, career, and vocation, for happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser lives, in happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser ways, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world for all of us, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. So motivate. Rawr. It's good. I know. Feels like a little bit of a turd in the punch bowl. I get it. But the opportunity here to heal is pretty big, huge. And it's something that you can achieve. Otherwise, it would have been another card. No. If you like the reading, hit the thumbs up, hit the notification bell, subscribe and all that jazz, because I'm not stopping. This is a wonderful outlet for me. Should have seen me food shopping at Market 32 today, just picking up on everybody's everything, just trying to stay focused, right? A good way to move that energy in, on, around, and through me. And if you want the deeper dive, come Patreon or Patreon. I'm having so much fun over there. I love my Patreon. Just the morning check-ins are just sort of my favorite thing. Takes me about a half hour after I wake up with the coffee and everything to do it, so I'm sitting on the couch. The new kitten is everywhere pretty much every single time now that he's here. They get the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s, and there are so many of them. And so many of the extended readings, not only are they timeless and relationship stuff based, but most of them are over an hour, so if you like the detail, I'm your witch. For a general read, to do the best you can, as well as I get a significant discount when booking me with private sessions. We'll talk about that in a minute if you want to chill around for that, and then I'm going to show you the picture of the kid, because he's freaking adorable, and the picture I got of him is really cute. You can follow us for free, which is great. I love my free followers. I put out exclusive content. Well, my patrons get to see it too, but also they get the advanced content will show up on Instagram and Facebook and all the other platforms that you got to be involved in to make a living in this digital world. But I highly recommend it. You can shop in our store, free previews of audios and videos, and I ain't stopping. And as the new book is coming along, there's going to be new content in the store, and of course available for certain of my subscribers. So click the link, check it out. We are seriously having a field day, and $3 a month USD gets you the daily check-ins and a lot of cool stuff. So if you want to book me for one of them, they're private sessions. There's a video I made for the 25th anniversary of my company, which happened on May 1st, 2023. I was living in Holbrook, Long Island, and it's called Booking Private Sessions with Mal. Explained at the time everything you needed to know about booking a private session with me, except I didn't know I'd be moving to Saratoga Springs. So, for example, I am available for readings at the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs on Phila Street. That's Phila. You call or connect with them directly. They know what times I am available. They let me know you booked. I come in and I read you, and then I come back home and do stuff like this, because that's how I have it in my life, and I'm really enjoying it, actually, the flexibility and the freedom. But the video also explains what I do, what I don't do, my boundaries, like ethics and all of that stuff, confidentiality, explains what I charge, why I charge it, and what the Patreon thing, it's just all explained in there. But the most important thing I say in the reading, and I'll say it every time, I've never turned anybody away because of lack of finances. Now, where there is a witch, there is a way. I'm a witch. I've been doing this a very long time. So there is a way. Like, I don't mind bartering, but it's gotta be fair. Live and let live. Fairly take and fairly give, particularly with ma'at on the table. So, yeah, click the link, check it out. That video makes my mom laugh, so I'll always have it up on YouTube, but a new one is on the way. Eventually, I'll get there. And do you want to see my new little son, kitty? He's wonderful. Here he is. Samuel, Sammy for short. He found his spot on the desk he's not supposed to be on, but he's sleeping on my yoga mat. He's basking under a lamp, and he is adorable. And if you want to see the adventures and exploits of Samuel, as well as Balthazar and Melchior, his two other brothers who are still adjusting, follow me on Facebook. That's where kind of all of that stuff's going on. Some of it's on Instagram, but I've got all sorts of reels and shorts and reel shorts. Yeah, maybe I'll eventually put some of them here on YouTube, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Because I'm very, very happy where I am right now in my life. It's just really, really good up here. I know there will be hardships, right? And I just went through a world thing like that. Just my whole life just moved, ended a cycle, started a new one. So, the tragedies that we go through, everybody gets them sooner or later. So you hang in there. But remember, your spiritual practice and your spiritual purpose really are key, and I think that directly points to the Knight archetype there. So hang in there. Geminis, if you need help, ask someone. Ask someone that you can trust, or I am here to help. That helps me fulfill what I came here to do, as I help you fulfill what you came here to do. So I believe in you. You've got this. Stay outrageous. Stay truly, truly, truly outrageous. Show them what you got. Heal. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.